never been a skinny girl. I got curves you could see clear across the world. But I'm a real strong sister with a big old dream. You should never judge a book by its cover, you see. Stand tall, embracing my identity. 'Cause ain't a damn thing false when it comes to me. Took a long time, now I'm feeling fancy.
Hey! Happy 2019, everybody.
Yes. I'm so excited that everyone that was in my 2018 and 2017 made it to 2019.
Yes. We're happy that you're here with us. Happy that you're here with me.
I'm telling you, I missed her.
Welcome to Fuller Woman Radio. I am your host, Cassie, and this is...
Lachina Jones Kareem.
Yes, and all that for goodness. How was your, week?
Yeah.
It's like it's been longer, but...
It does feel like it.
Yeah.
Exciting. Birthday was awesome-tastic.
It was. We had a good time.
Yes. My Kwanzaa was awesome-tastic. Had
Yes.
a wonderful time with family, wonderful time with friends.
Mm-hmm.
I just really lived my best life.
Good. Well, actually, I was trying to do the same thing.
Okay.
My Christmas was good.
Okay.
I was stationary.
Uh-oh.
I was in a onesie all day Christmas.
But that sounds so comfortable and good.
It was so great. And the kids weren't. They were like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Listen, this is get on my level,
Right.
children.
This is what it is.
This is what it is."
Leave if you don't like.
Exactly. Let you play with your toys, get out the way. So I was in a onesie all Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first one without speaking to either one of my parents.
Oh, yeah,
So it was hard.
I know it's emotional.
And I was just every Christmas song, every Christmas
my
cookie.
Don't tell me you were crying.
Listen, I was a mess. I was a mess, most of it. But seeing the kids like open up the gifts and stuff made me more. Yeah, so that's why I want to dress in a onesie and play with the children. So it kind of give me those feelings of what I used to have of innocence and before all the turmoil and death and destruction happened when you get older. So besides that, a part of it, which is a large part of it, which I'm still going through, we had the new year ringing in, and I usually stroke at midnight. I'll call mama, call daddy, and my sisters.
Right.
And then I went to call him, and I was just like, oh, I can't.
Wow.
So
Isn't that something?
yeah, it was very emotional for me, but I have to commit to live in their image.
Yeah.
They were giving warriors in their community and authentic, and they did not ever meet a stranger. Everybody was a friend to them, so I kind of have to embody that spirit in my work.
You kind of have that, though. You kind of have that.
I don't feel like I do. We talked about this. I don't feel like I do enough, and I'm doing enough, and I think it's mostly because I feel lost. In this world now. Now that my parents are my ancestors, I feel kind of lost in this. So
people looking on the outside in, you look like you're doing the most. Okay, I don't know how you feel. You're not doing enough.
I know. I just
your
have
hands
to.
are in every type of movement.
Yeah.
That there is. So I don't know how you feel. You're not doing enough.
I don't know. I just gotta pray about it.
Yeah.
I think I probably need to get some counseling too. Try to work through all of this stuff. But
but it's smart. The first thing is that you know that you need it.
Yes,
I do. I
do.
Yeah.
I do. And so that was a trial, but my hubby was so caring and sensitive. He was just kind of making sure I was okay at all times, and he got sick this weekend. Then I chocolate out that I'm allergic to chocolate again. So I was in hives all weekend. I didn't know that I was allergic to hives again. Allergic to chocolate again. Because I kept popping M&Ms all weekend.
I'm so mad that anybody could be allergic to chocolate. I think that's an injustice.
Listen, I was when I was little, and now it has reemerged. And now I am covered in hives. It didn't hit my face yet. So if my throat starts to close up during this podcast, please call 911 if you see me fall out. Call 911.
I've never known myself to be allergic to anything, but that could be just because I won't stop eating the stuff.
It's very possible. And I mean, I ate M&Ms all weekend, and then
I think I'm allergic to tomatoes.
Oh,
like tomato sauce.
It could be the acid, the acidic
I think
stuff,
it is. Because my stomach, I love spaghetti, but my stomach starts hurting or I get gassy. But I can't stop eating it. It's my favorite meal.
So I just gotta go.
I'm just gonna deal with it. Like when I get home, there's more.
Shouldn't be there. Let's go to hell. Well, we always go forth in the new year making new resolutions.
Yes.
And one resolution that I didn't know my partner in crime was going to do was break the internet. See, I didn't know that was on the agenda for 2019, day one. I didn't even know that's what she was going to do. But as you all know, Lachina Kareem is a model extraordinaire. We met in a modeling fashion showcase.
Yes.
She has, but that was just another one of her mini gigs. It was my first one. It was her 100,000th one that day.
Had a good time.
But listen, she has been like phenomenal and brave and just kind of like just outside the box in all of her photo shoots and stuff. I don't know how to pose them. I just do hands on my hip, all 42, and that's it.
Hands on my hip and let my phone slip.
That's all I do. I don't know how to be serious or do like if I don't have a smile, I look crazy to me. But China has broken the internet. We'd like to see just a couple of the images.
Oh,
I think they're not safe for work. They're safe for work. As long as you'll keep it up as a screensaver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't keep it up as a screensaver.
Please don't. Okay, so we're going to show you the first one here. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so this one right here. Lachina, can you tell me something about how you thought of the vision for this shoot and how it all came to be?
Well, in all honesty, the people who actually put together the shoot, Polished Models, had asked us, hey, does everyone have their own theme? What is your content? What do you want? And I said, they wanted me to do the dancing thing because I'm a dancer and choreographer. I said, no! Before I'm a dancer and a choreographer, I'm plus size and I'm black, and that's what I'm going to be. So all of my thing would be based on being proud of being a plus size woman and being proud to be black. And so that was my content for this particular one. It was so funny. I was doing everything and I did a leg stretch. And Tiffany had said, China, you do the splits still, don't you? I said, yeah. She was like, okay, do the splits. I was like, okay, no problem. I went into the splits. I went backwards. He was like, oh my God, that is the perfect shot. I was like, oh, okay, go for it. And then from there, just spread. I was like, okay, want me to take off the shoes? Got some with the shoes on, on. But in this particular one, the outfit with one of those, I was like, I want everything to be colorful. So if you zoom into my makeup, my eyes are very colorful with my makeup. I wanted my lips to be nude because everything was so colorful.
Right.
And then I said, how can I make it so that I'm not necessarily showing all of my breasts, but get a small top? Why not? Tape your breast up.
And it looks amazing. It looks amazing. There's another image as well.
Yes.
With the queen that she is.
We have to embody who we are, and I love doing it.
This is just such an amazing picture. It looks like a painting almost.
Oh, I like that too.
I like it a lot.
Everybody kept saying, you should be, this is like a magazine. And then Steph said, they were like, you need to be in a magazine with this.
Yeah. You should submit it to some places.
Somewhere. I don't know even know what it's saying. Like, it's nothing to Jet or Essence. Like,
okay, page 23. What's the beauty of the week? Okay, beauty of the week, please.
And that everybody was asking me about that. Let me tell you all something. We've talked about this before. I am a budget shopper, okay? I'm not paying too much for nothing. I can be phenomenal with $20, okay? That everybody wants that neck piece. So let me let y'all know. Amazon.com, I got this neck piece for $23.
Yes.
Okay? And I was fabulous with it all. It came in 2 days and I said, boom, that's it. That's the most clothing you saw on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's amazing. I just I don't know when I'll be ever able to do something like this.
But you are.
It's not that, I don't feel like I could be in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I think my husband would need to be sitting.
Right, he's the one.
Yeah, until he's ready to do that. I guess I won't be. So, that can't happen. So, but the pictures were amazing.
We had a good time.
And she has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes. It will soon be on our network pages also. But I'm just so proud of you and all the models. I didn't see too many other photos, but from the shoots, I haven't seen.
Well, I did tell Rustina that I said when everybody gets their edited shoots, you need to do like a collage. You know what I mean? I think that'll be awesome just for everybody to do a collage or have a little lookbook or anything of that work. But I'm waiting to see everybody's.
Yeah, I cannot wait. It's if it's anything like yours or as out there like yours, I can't wait. But so because it's a new year, she had an unintended resolution in breaking the internet. But there are other people who go through life saying, January 1st.
What's the most common one?
It's always. I'm getting the gym.
That's the most common one.
January 1st, I'm getting the gym. I'm live right. I'm gonna start clean eating, and all of this and all of that, and usually doesn't work out the way we want it to. So I want to talk about just everything except the diet resolution.
Yeah.
And try to talk about other things that that brought you into the new year. Some people just like, I'm through the whole year away. 2018 was a mess.
Right, I'm
tired.
starting new with 2019.
Yeah. I'm just starting fresh. But there's still some things you need to heal from 2018. That you're going to carry into 2019 because of that of your history, because of your story. So we're going to talk about some of the things that you could do just as a survivor of whatever you're going through. You've made it. You are here. So we're going to talk about some helpful tips to resolve yourself to a better you for 2019.
All right. I just want to say this. I don't have resolutions because resolutions always seem to disappoint you.
Yeah.
So I don't do the resolutions. I have goals I want to meet, and I don't exceed more than 2. Period. When you start doing 12 things you're going to do, you don't probably get to any of them.
No. That's true. That's true. Okay, so we're going to go into the first one here.
All right.
I promise to not see my bad days as my failures.
Oh, that's powerful.
Now, a lot of these were taken from everydayfeminism.com. It's a great website. You all should check it out. It always features some really great tips for women to just coping in this male-dominated world. So yeah, you have to promise not to see my bad days as my failures, because the thing that you do on January 1st is you remember that you had another resolution that you didn't make. So you're trying to make it again for 2019, and it always makes you feel like you're less than. When you're trying to get over something and you're trying to go past something, is a gradual process. Healing is a gradual process. So you don't put a time stamp on healing and growth. And so you have to make sure that so you have to make sure that you take your time, figure out what you need to heal, and work within to do that.
And I think every woman should get the book Becoming. Because
my friend Kaylin got it for me for Christmas.
So, and the reason is because you never stop learning and you never stop growing.
Yes.
And like she said, I'm still becoming.
That's right.
You don't stop. So that's why I said don't set resolutions, and I don't even want to say set a goal. Just say I'm working towards doing this, or I'm working towards being a better, or whatever it is. So you don't feel disappointed because you may not accomplish the goal, but you did something to work towards that goal.
Right. So you need to have time for you to feel the anxiety and the feel the those feelings that you're trying to push down to push through. You have to kind of feel all of that, process it, and work through it. And it's a gradual thing, and it's at your own pace. So you don't have to have a marker as to when you are healed. You know, so January 1st could be a day of you starting the process of healing.
Right.
But don't put a time stamp or a time limit on how long that will take, because it's different for everyone.
Be grateful with what you have. I think people think about what they don't have or what they didn't do
Right.
instead of what they have and what's still coming to them.
Right.
You know.
So our next one is, I will learn to ask for help when I need it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So you have to learn to ask for help. And when you learn to ask, be specific in your ask.
True.
You know, just say to you
True.
yourself, what is it that I really need? And one thing, I was talking to Trina, one of our committee members, and we were talking, and so I said, I need to, I put back on
Go
you.
ahead.
I said, she said that she's going to help me try to figure out what I need to have as far as accountability for the network. You know, she was going to help me with that. And I was like, oh, that's fantastic. I do need that desperately. But then I need to find out what is that I need to be accountable for.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the most pressing things? What are there are the most pressing things? What are the most vital things to help me grow? And once I assess that need, then I can tell you what I need. So
True.
even the idea of trying to process what I need was heavy.
Okay.
Come on, now I gotta sit down and figure out what it is I need. I gotta bullet points and all
That
that.
is truly a process.
Yes.
I think in everything, especially like my dancers are always asking me, so what's the outfit? I didn't think that far ahead, okay? Learn to dance. Just learn this dance.
Right.
Don't ask me, well, what color? And this and that. Listen, I buy
Right.
the outfits anyway. You don't worry about it. You know, and be specific. When you said be specific, it's
Right.
just like when people call you and they're like, what you doing? Where you at? Look, do you need something?
Right.
Just tell me what you need, and
Right.
then we can go from there. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm
No.
not telling you where I'm at. I'm not
No.
going to tell you, do I have money? Do you need
Do
something?
you need money?
Because I can have money, but you don't need it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's not what they need at the time. And sometimes it's so, you get so prideful and you get so, you know, you just don't feel like your need is greater than someone else's. So you don't feel like you have the right to ask, but you do. And people who love you and care for you, they're going to
Pride
actually
also comes from disappointment of asking. So it's
so much.
you know?
Oh my goodness, so much. That is so true.
It comes from the disappointment, and so
Yes.
I know for me, I do have to get out of that because for so long I don't ask people. I figure everything out myself.
Right.
But then I had to say, you put so much stress on yourself. You
Right.
need so much sleep. Because there are people you can ask who have probably never told you no.
Right.
But from the people who have, you don't even go to those people.
No.
You know.
That's so true. And for me, like when I talk to the committee and I talk about the things I've been going through, I have gone through a series of other things since our last meeting that I'm afraid to even bring up because I don't want to feel like I'm just coming on with gloom and doom all the time.
Yeah.
So I keep it to myself and
But then it explodes and you get
in other
emotional.
ways. Yeah. So I don't know how to unburden myself and not burden other people with my own stuff. I guess that's where counseling comes in. I can tell them.
Right.
And then I don't have to worry about putting it all on my friends. But I don't know. I just think that that's the hardest for me is to ask for help and knowing when to ask and knowing what to ask for. That's the hardest for me.
It's not for me, y'all. Let me tell you. If I need something, I'm like, Cassie, you got $10? Because I ain't going to wait. Look, this is what I need. Do you
Well,
have it or
you
not?
also, I have a tendency to also knock on you to tell me what's going on
You
so I
do.
can support you more because you're Superwoman with everybody. And I'd be like, do you need me to do this? You need me.
Right.
Like, no, I'm okay. You never let me do anything. And
I'm
like,
going to, I did tell, me and Dory was talking about goals, and I did say, some of the goals that maybe other people don't see. I said one of my goals is to actually perform my play this year. I said this is the 10th year of the Fuller Woman Network. This would be perfect. This was the time I believe God set for me to do it now.
Yes.
For this, I wrote this play in 2004.
Yes.
It's time for this
It's
to happen.
time.
You know what I mean? I'm in a better place. That's one of my goals. Another goal of mine is just to be better to people, not to hold grudges. You know what I mean? Because,
Right.
and I'm not a big grudge holder, but if you mess with me, it takes me a while before I'll say anything to you again.
Long time.
And she knows. I am a person like, okay, I'll be nice to you because Cassie asked me to.
You definitely do that. You talking to her now? Okay. Well, that's you for that, Cassie. I'm not about that life.
So I'm letting more people in to my life because I'm very closed.
But it's also going back to what you said earlier about the disappointment that you have from other people.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I do not want to be vulnerable like that. That vulnerability is hard.
Ooh, honey, especially if somebody try to throw it in your face and you've told them in confidence.
That is the worst. That is the worst. And they're like, okay, see, and then you wonder what you told them, the vulnerable moments will be actually kept between the two of you.
Exactly.
Are you not going to tell somebody else because you're mad at me about something?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with my information?
I'm very vulnerable with Cassie, Nakia. It's not too many people. I'm not vulnerable with my mother, not because my mom's my best friend, but my mom also is a minister, and mom has a tendency to give you a look like, so you're really going to make that decision? I don't need your judgment right now,
Right,
Mother.
right.
Let me make this mistake,
Right.
okay?
I just need an ear. I just need someone to listen
Right,
to, you know.
right.
So yeah, I tend to be open with. Really, I don't really like confide in you like I think I should, or
You try to
I
hide
really
a lot of
don't
stuff. I
tell-
have to actually ask her. Like, her face will be so tore up, and I'd be like, "What's going on? No, I'm not leaving. What's going on?" Like, no. She say I don't let her help me, which is probably true. I'm like, "No, I got it," but she will make me beg her until she comes out and tells me.
I did for those same, not because of I don't believe that you will
Right.
hold what I have in high regard. I just feel like in the scheme of everything, my issues are never big enough, you know, and that's just my own. I don't know.
You're
but
right. When people have made you feel like they weren't, or they were insignificant when you said
Yeah.
it, like people saying, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Or if I say it and now I'm talking to you about it and while I'm confiding in you, and then you start to change the subject and you like talk about other things, you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess that wasn't
That's the
important.
last time I'll talk to you about anything.
Let me go back and support you now. I'm sorry. This is about you.
Sorry, I
So-
just called you to talk about me.
but there's sometimes when those things happen, then you realize what type of friend that you are in their life. Because
Yep.
there's levels of friendship.
Yep.
There's levels and there's I wouldn't say pecking orders, but there's definitely levels to this.
It's like a hierarchy.
It's a hierarchy. It is. So if you are one who has always relied on me to not be someone who needs them or needs you. So the moment that I do, you don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And that's not really their fault,
Yeah.
though. That's my fault, too, for not allowing them to know how to handle that. So, because being a friend is a process, you know? I always tell Stephanie, like, our friendship, we have, like, worked on and massaged. And I've been, you know, there's ebbs and flows to friendships. There's times when I need you more than you need me.
Right.
And vice versa. So you have to be able to understand when that happens.
Yeah.
There's the old saying that I don't know who wrote it, but it says you do not have to change friends as long as you recognize that friends change.
I love that.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's powerful.
So if you recognize that your friend is evolving and changing and growing, you have to be able to grow and change with them and accept who
if
they
you
become.
want that friendship.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm just going to say that comes especially with money. Many people say you change because of money. Well, I should change because of the money.
Right.
Because you don't want to be in the same place that you were in, you know. So I love that saying, and I want to put it on a shirt.
We should. Oh,
Okay.
hashtag. Yeah, so the next one is I will not blame myself for what happened to me. Wow. So a lot of times, a lot of times we feel like the people that we attract, the sometimes the abuse that we've suffered, sometimes the pain that is given to us is something that we brought onto ourselves that we may not have at the moment realized our worth within that relationship dynamic. Yeah. And then we allowed things to happen, and then you feel like it's your fault for allowing it to happen. But if the person is who they should be in your life, then that person wouldn't do to you what they did to you or put harm on you in that way. So the blame, yes, the blame is what you carry. You know, when you go back and you, like when you talk about like survivors of domestic violence, you go back to relationships because you have children and they have economically isolated you from all these things that you need to have to care for your child. Right. And you then tend to go back to them because you need a roof over their heads. And so you then blame yourself for allowing him to do what he's doing. At the same time, you think it's your responsibility. The people around you look at you and blame you for putting yourself in that position, not understanding that there's dynamics to what you have to go through. And so releasing that blame is difficult. And recognizing where the blame should be placed is hard too.
I just want to say this without giving any names, because you brought this up. I'm gonna say this. Before I got here, I had just gone through not me personally, but being involved with a situation where a young lady was just in our face talking about how she's 4 months pregnant, her child's father had his baby mama in their house in the bed and has been beating her butt this whole time. I literally just left the house and came up here.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm talking to her and I'm like, look, are you ready to go? Because we know that it takes, most women who are abused, they go back at least 9 times.
Right.
And I'm like, look, I can't give you any help if you're not ready to really leave. I can't put you in a position, I would love for her to go to the shelter. Right. But are you going to follow the rules? Are you going to tell them where you're at? You know what I mean? Because you've been dealing with this for 3 years. I told her, I said, baby girl, he ain't just start whooping your butt. Stop. The first thing you got to do is stop lying for him. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And it hurt me so bad because I'm looking at her. She's so little and she's pregnant and she's getting her butt beat. And I'm just like, and you have the nerve not only to have this other woman in your house, in y'all house, in y'all bed, but you're not even there. When she walk in, the girl's still there. Oh, my God. Baby mama's there. When she finally walks back out, he pulling it with another whole female.
Oh, my goodness.
Girl, I said, you know what? I have to clear my mind so I can go to do this podcast. I said, please don't bring up domestic violence, Cassie. And boom, we here. I had to unleash that because it was holding me down. Yes. So when I get back, I have to look and make sure. I know she left. She ended up leaving to go with her family. I just want her to be okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I hope that he has made his child's mother go home, please. Right. Because it's too much drama.
It's a lot. Ugh. I'm praying for her too. It's a lot of people who are suffering, especially, during these holiday season. It's supposed to be a time of joy, but it also triggers for other people, and they take it out on other people. And it's just, I do a lot of YouTube watching.
Yes, you do.
There is.
She be knowing so much stuff. Like, girl, you ain't known about this, man.
Listen, there are so many drama channels. There are so many people who get into real abuse in these YouTube streets. And when I tell you, it is riveting. I go down.
Don't say this riveting.
It's riveting. I go down a rabbit hole, and I am there for hours. It's my background music at work. It is. Because most of the time they go live, right? Right. They go live and they stream, and then they just talk about another YouTuber, right? Then I'm like, well, what did she say?
Right now,
I gotta
go and see.
I gotta see what she did.
Then you
So I
gotta do
went
the
over there.
research and find out where the beef came from.
Right. And there's people who are dissecting the YouTube beef. So there's one guy, name is Sean Bradley. Shout out to Sean Bradley.
Oh Lord.
He then on his channel, he watched Discreets too, right? So he will bring those people together sometimes on a live, on doing a chat,
Wow.
and they hash it out, sometimes. Or he'll bring in one of the larger voices in the party and say what's going on.
Wow.
And sometimes he's pulled into it too. And then he goes and reads somebody for filth, and I'm watching to see who's messing with Sean Brand. Let me go see what he's doing.
I'm gonna start looking at that.
Listen, it is riveting.
I knew you was gonna say riveting. I'm about to say she better not say riveting.
It's riveting. So, but I realize I have to kind of like not get involved in that either, because sometimes I leave my phone I'm like, why my face round up? Like, I'm really upset. Like this morning, I'm at work and I'm listening to this guy just read this girl for filth.
Your voice.
For filth. Because she had the nerve to hop in his live. That's okay. Hop in your live.
I know
all
what
right.
that is, honey.
Had to hop in somebody's live and start. Oh, I like these boots. I didn't realize that. Very nice. Anyway, hopped into the live and started just like she said a few words, but this chick used to be a moderator for him.
So she knows stuff.
Well, she used to like control who was in his live, pull up the call-in numbers and all that. But she went on somebody else's platform, on somebody else's live that he was beefing with.
Okay.
He was in the live too, saw what she commented, and then went on his live and was like, "Look, I don't need you to be here." Because she hopped in his live trying to be a moderator. He was like, "Oh, no, I don't need you to be here. You're not real. You fake." So he'll put the name out there and say, there's one YouTuber was like, "We need to shun her." But there was one YouTuber.
She knows everything.
Yes. Listen, how much time you got? But I found out about a lot of these like salacious scandals that's happened like right in my own backyard. I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh. But it's all gossip, and it's all
that gossip
probably not healthy for me to be all entwined.
That gossip is so dangerous.
But I found out about this is off subject, but let me just touch on this real quick because it's fascinating.
Is it riveting?
Probably not only to me, but okay. So there is this. It's a hot topic. We do hot topics, right? So there's this preacher, David E. Taylor.
Yes, you told me about him.
David E. Taylor is a large mega church evangelist. Mm-hmm. He has 2 locations, one in Missouri, one in Taylor, Michigan. Okay. So I think I told you about him.
No, you told me about the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a new guy because I learned about him over the holidays.
Jesus Lord.
So basically, David E. Taylor had, I don't know if you remember Vicky Yohe. She is a gospel singer who said that Trump's presence in the White House was God ordained. Like God wanted him to be there.
I've heard that, yeah.
Okay, so she was the one that kind of said that, but she's a gospel singer, right? And so she then was going to his church. She was faithful in his church. He's has these things on Word Network all the time.
Right,
and
right.
stuff. So she was like one of his main voices. He claims to see God, and with him you will see Jesus. Now on the flyer, this the blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus. I guess that's the one you're gonna see.
Right.
But you see him there because he's seen him several times. You're gonna see him too. So she saw him there, right?
So she saw him too.
She saw him there, and so is other people, and people are really really into him, more like a cult type of thing, right? So I first learned of him through, I don't know how, because YouTube suggested videos and you try to go through. So I was scrolling. All of a sudden, these deposition tapes came up from him in 2014. He was deposed because he wasn't part of the lawsuit, but there was a man it was like divorce proceedings, I believe, for this woman who gave over $1 million, cash out her life savings and all that to this church. And so he said that her husband at the time said that he was the reason why they were going bankrupt and caused a lot of strife in their marriage because of this cult. So then he went into detail. They asked him about, okay, so this bill here for the Gucci store in Somerset for $9,000, you billed it to the church. Why didn't that come out of your
personal?
Yeah, out of your salary that the church gives you.
Right.
He said, well, that's part of, how I dress is part of, what I need to look like. And she said, but Gucci, though? Does it have to be Gucci? Does it have to be Gucci?
It had to be $9,000.
$50,000 to cut up a cut up a Benz, I believe, to make it to a stretch limo.
Shut the flying front door.
$50,000 to do that. He claimed some parishioners on his taxes.
He claimed who?
Some parishioners on his taxes.
Oh, no.
And didn't know the names of who those people were. It was like, okay, who's this? He's like, I don't recall. I don't handle that portion. That's done by my people in the office. Talk to the people in the office. So it was a whole
banking all over.
It was a whole like exposure of him being a charlatan or whatever.
Wow.
So, and then on his face, you seeing Jesus like. But anyway, he so past that, Vicky Yohe, back on December 16th, she says in a video tape that she put out in her car, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what has happened to me before he puts out these lies.
Uh-oh.
I've been with him for 18 months sexually.
Okay, she just put this out when?
December 18th. I've been with him sexually. That's around about the time, 16th or 18th. Been around on Facebook. Been around with him sexually, intimately for 18 months.
This is Vicky Yohe.
Vicky Yohe.
Oh yeah, we're gonna look at that. Go ahead, go forward.
Listen, I got all the links saved.
Okay, I know you are, but go ahead.
Vicky Yohe, and she said that she was, she came forward because she found out that he had others.
Oh, come on, Vicky.
That's why she was so upset because she got
Vicky
the Benz and the nice, the trips and all that. So she was like, how in the world did he have time to do anything else? Because he was with me like a lot. So she got forwarded text messages and corroborating stories. And then she confronted him about it. And so he was like, these are all liars, whatever. His front woman, who was the secretary, was like, no, don't worry about it. It's all lies. But then when she came out with some receipts for stuff, the church shut her down, disconnected all of her stuff, and put out a statement to the incoming parishioners saying she is evil, something's wrong with her, whatever. And that's when she came out, was like, look, before this get out of hand, because now you messed up my money, because I'm a gospel singer, So that happened.
You got to fall off of YouTube, huh?
Yeah, that happened. And then I was watching one of my other YouTube guys, Larry Reed Live, does these live call-in shows. And he had a live show where another woman came up and was like, I wasn't getting anything, but I was delivered for 16 months and I didn't get nothing. She was mad about it. And then she came out with her receipts.
Well, I'm sorry, girl. If you're going to be sneaking around, you a fool to not get nothing. If you're going to be dirty
but
with it.
But she didn't know she was sneaking around. Like, he's not married now. He was before.
Okay, when did he get divorced? Like,
I'm not
years
sure.
ago?
No, not too long ago. Because his wife came out with her story.
I can't. Oh, my God.
His wife came out with her story.
Oh, my God.
But to defame his wife, he had his own son release nude pictures of his mother.
He had his own son,
saying how much of a whore she was. She sleeps around with other people. His own son had a videotape profession that he instructed him to do, supposedly, allegedly.
See, when somebody got that much power, God gonna strip that right away from you.
So that's all of that YouTube streets, all of it. And I found out that the guy who was the husband of the woman whose deposition was going on, he had a lawsuit because he did his nonprofit. Well, Mother Waddles sued him.
Oh God!
Mother Waddles was a local Detroit entrepreneur that gave away cars to people in need. Mother Waddles.
Too much, guys. It's too much.
Mother Waddles. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. So I said that to say this.
Say it to say that.
You need to not get involved in other mess. You need to cleanse yourself from all of this other distraction because you get pulled and sucked right in, and then you were lost in it. And I am one of those people who need to take my own advice.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce, baby.
Jesus Lord.
So I blame.
I gotta go follow this story.
So now, so closing out, I was going to blame me for what happened to my obsession, but now I'm blaming them for being so reckless.
Well, they need to blame themselves for being so reckless.
Right. So, relationships. I will not have a relationship with people who don't deserve me.
So true.
Okay. So
true.
You need to make sure that the people you have in your life should be honored to have you in their presence. They should be honored to have you in their life. If they don't treasure you, if they don't, I always say when somebody hurts me, I'm great. I'm a good person.
Yeah, you are a very good person.
I'm
a very
person.
good friend.
So if you don't like me, then you just don't get all of my goodness.
You have a personal thing that you're dealing with yourself if you don't like
Yes.
it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I always say this. I've told Dorian this before, and I don't know. I guess he took it as an ultimatum or something. I said, look, ships are supposed to take you somewhere and go somewhere.
Yes.
So if a friendship, if a relationship,
Yes.
if a kinship doesn't take me anywhere, I'm
Abandoning
the ship. Right? Ship's supposed to take you somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? If we ain't going nowhere and I don't see a sail up, I'm gone.
I like that. That should be on a
shirt.
hashtag.
Put everything on the shirt.
I like that though. It's the truth.
It's for real.
You need to act like you deserve me.
Yep.
And when you do not, that's when I need to pull back from you. But I have a tendency to give more than I should. Not because I don't feel that they're deserving, but because I feel like people should be blessed in ways that I feel like I would want them. Like, sometimes you come in people's life and you are that blessing, right? Not to say that I'm a blessing to anybody.
I think everybody can be a blessing to some people.
But you need to try to be. And so maybe I go above and beyond and do some stuff that you don't ask me to do.
Yes, because I did not expect my cute ass little outfit. Did I say? I didn't expect my cute little outfit when I was going to St. Croix, honey, with my little ruffles on it. I did not. And I was like, come on, through and dress me for the islands.
Yes. Yes. And that's why I feel like, when you do stuff from the heart, it shouldn't be a burden to give. And you don't expect things to come back to you.
Right.
You don't do stuff so people can give it back.
Right.
But when you constantly give and when you don't give, it's expected of you and people turn on you because you can't, then there is a point where you feel like you don't deserve that friendship, that level of friendship from me. And you have to
then
pull
you
back.
know that your friendship was what
Conditional.
Conditional.
Yeah.
That's exactly the word I'm looking for. Conditional.
Conditional.
Yep.
And you just need to find out and seek those people who deserve you.
Yep.
Because you are deserving of love, of support, of friendship, of all those good things in life that's out there. You're deserving of all of that.
That's right.
And no one has a right to deprive you of anything that you're looking for, that you deserve. So pledge that to yourself as a resolution.
Tell people, and don't let people tell you what you don't deserve. I have somebody you always says, well, you don't deserve nothing but to be black and die. That's what we all deserve. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you that. And then they bring up the Bible. I said, well, in the Bible it says treat others as you would have them treat you. That's a deserve. That's what you deserve.
Exactly.
Honey. Don't play with me, honey. I'll dissect the mess out of some words.
Okay, so the next one is I promise to be gentle with myself if I don't meet all or any of these goals. So even if you go through your checklist and you promise to make people, just eradicate people out of my life that do not deserve to be there, I'm going to pledge that I'm not going to take on the blame for other things. If I do all these things, and then January 1st, those same people are in your life.
That goes back to what I said, you know, with those goals, start them. Don't say you're going to finish it and I'm going to do this year. Just start it.
It's a process.
Yeah.
You know, becoming. You are becoming your full woman.
Authentic, beautiful self.
You're fuller woman. You're becoming your fuller woman.
Come on now, Fuller Woman Radio.
You're becoming your fuller woman. And you just have to embrace all that you are. You know, 2019 seems like so futuristic.
Oh my God.
But 2019, we want you to be able to live for you. You know, don't live for other people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that they're living for other people until they stop doing what they're doing for other people. And then they're like left alone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, wait a minute, I gotta do stuff for me now. Well, you didn't have to before, you know, because you had other distractions. And sometimes those other people are distractions. Sometimes they are people who come into your life that maybe you don't feel like are deserving of that love and attention. And again, it goes to the blessing. So being a blessing to other people. That blessing could be you being in their life for a minute.
There's a reason in the season for everybody.
There's a reason in the season. And some people can't go with you all the time.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I hate that. Maybe leave that in 2018 at the end of the day.
Is that that would have that been your plan for 2018?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, sound like you about to be having attitude.
At the end of the day.
Don't clap. Leave the clap in 2018.
Leave the clap in 2018. I can't leave that in 2018. But
and it's right here.
At the end of the day. No, you have to keep that. Because, I mean, because emphasis on it. At the end of the day.
Oh, so, okay. If you can keep this, then don't stop my little potty mouth.
I never tried to stop you. I just tried to.
She tries to twerk my potty mouth.
In different places.
I like to twerk with my mouth.
That's okay. Wait a minute. I'm not sure how that happens. Maybe that'll be a next podcast. How to twerk with your mouth. Lessons
by Lachina.
Lessons by Lachina. How to twerk with your mouth. That is a feat, honey. Breaking
Girl,
the
don't
internet.
make me go to the house tonight. Break the internet.
Break the internet
On
again.
2019.
So yes. So I think we went through the whole hour almost.
Yeah, almost. Hey,
Almost.
no problem.
Without
But that was pretty cool though.
Yeah. Because usually we just have a break, but it was so
It was
much to go
talk
through.
about, and you brought up the freaking story of all these evangelists and prophets and.
Because man, I'm not even gonna get into the actual YouTube scuffles that's going on right now.
Don't, because you had me looking at one of them that I couldn't even keep up with.
Because tonight I gotta tune
the whole
in.
Cardi B and her ex roommate thing.
Oh,
and I'm
Lord.
looking at that, and it's just too much.
And there are new developments, child. I just cannot.
I'm not following it.
I cannot keep you abreast fast enough. It is a mess.
She the one who told me about Tamala Man and Mr. Man's
Yes.
new CD, little love CD.
Love CD.
And they got little noises and stuff. I'm like, wait
Listen,
a minute, nah.
in Jesus' name. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock
Christian
this out.
love.
In
Christian
Jesus'
sex.
name. Did you see her live? You didn't see the live with her and David.
No.
They were saying, people all saying that we on the shade room and we talking all this stuff. And she said, we freaky Christians. I'm like, you come on, freaky Christians.
Baby, they've been together all this time. They wasn't doing it by eating some dang on apple pies, honey.
That Bible was closed on some of them days. Listen.
The Bible could have been open because they was married, honey.
Listen.
That was good love.
You take thy wife. It's in the book somewhere.
Me choke.
Taketh thy wife now. In
Are
Jesus'
you
name.
a freaky Christian?
Huh? Thank you for tuning in. On that note. No, but yeah, so 2019.
I'm breaking the internet all 2019. Boom.
All 2019. For me, I'm going to take the lessons that I talked about today, and we're going to try to incorporate that into my life wholeheartedly. And our next Holiday Day is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday Day is something that I started back in 2018.
2017.
2017. And it is a day that I brought together some amazing people. We got served and dressed up, and we were just, I gifted everybody.
They liked my outfit because it was fly.
Because you were naked. But it was cool.
And they liked my booty, how I looked in it.
It was good. It was really good. So I'm going to do another one.
Yes, I can't wait.
But I think it's going to be a more intimate setting.
Oh.
So I think I'm going to have it probably at Bamboo, our offices in Detroit. And that way I can control the space. I'm going to, decorate like I do, cater it like I do.
You better do.
Like
just
I
have some
do.
white chicken chili.
No. That is not classy.
I want white chicken chili with some oyster crackers.
That's not holiday dinner. Holiday dinner is supposed to be more of like a lamb chops. And
I know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I told you what I want. I don't care what you talking about.
Listen,
Make me my own.
for
Make me my own.
your next birthday.
Don't be smart.
My birthday coming up too in February.
Did you just hop?
I'll put up my Cash App number so you can. I take all donations that will fit in a wallet. Make gifts that will fit in a wallet. I like those.
I like those too.
So on that note, thank you for tuning in to Fuller Woman Radio.
Yes.
2019 is here.
Go to my page.
You're about
share
to take
it.
over. Yes, share. I'm going to have all the links on our website to some more of the pics. It'll be there that I showed
Just
here.
wait for Black History Month.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
She's going to break the internet some more.
I am
I'm
gonna
here
break
for it.
it
I'm
some
here
more.
for it. I'm here for it.
Even though I never go out of season because I'm black, so
you
we
are.
get more than one
You are
month.
blackly black.
Black people.
Yeah.
We are the whole year.
And we're going to roll out the agenda for the network. So the next episode is going to be all about 2019.
I'm gonna pinch you if you go back to the Bronx voice.
And the International Fuller Woman Network and what we doing
Oh my God.
and how we're going to be growing, how we're going to be
Yes.
inspiring,
Come on
and
now.
how we're going to be internationally known around the world.
And we're going to be talking about auditions for the play.
Yes, the play. We're going to start up some. I can't even tell you. Thank you so much. So please, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
And we look forward to another exciting year with you.
we love you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why your lips pierced like that?
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I ain't never been a skinny girl. I got curves you could see clear across the world. But I'm a real strong sister with a big old dream. You should never judge a book by its cover, you see. Stand tall, embracing my identity. 'Cause ain't a damn thing false when it comes to me. Took a long time, now I'm feeling fancy free. Listen, let me tell you how I